Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I am Didio's community manager, Cordovan, and I'm going to be with you this hour, not on Lamania, as I had hoped last week, but next week we will be on Lamania. This week I'm going to do what may be my final public hardcore thing, we'll see. I'm going to run Proof is in the Poison. And then I'm probably going to take the next level, and we'll see where we end up going here today. So really just going to be kind of a hangout and news thing. We have a little bit of news we can talk about, but a lot of it is going to be next week when we have the first phase of our Epic Destiny preview on Lamania, I believe, is the plan. And that should be somewhere in the range of about a half dozen Epic Destiny trees to take a look at. Now, that's being separated deliberately from our Saltmarsh preview because it's important to remember that this isn't coming with Saltmarsh. This is later. That's why it's getting its own preview here on Lamania, but it's going to be getting a separate preview. There was a time where hopefully it might have been, this week, but it looks like it's actually going to be next week. So next week, we should be able to have more information for you from Lamania, and you'll be taking a look at some pretty awesome stuff there. So there we are. I have mail and a gold roll. Yes, I'm going to do that. Well, I'm not going to deal with the mail. I think that's just favor. But I am going to deal with the gold roll publicly here in just a little bit. Otherwise, I would say that, we do have Crystal Cove going through the 13th. Maybe I'll do a Crystal Cove show here at some point. Actually, that would be this week, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is the final weekend then for that. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll head over to Atlantis and do some Cove action later on in the day here today. Kind of just have to see what's up with all that. Now, I have my air conditioner off, and it's hot today. It is hot. It is hot in Massachusetts. It's hot really across most of the eastern United States, from what I understand. But I've got this thing right now with this whole work from home where I've got a portable air conditioner, like one of those things where you put a tube up to the window. Anyway, it's sitting right here, but it interferes with the microphone, obviously, when I'm broadcasting live. So I'm going AC-less today, so it's a little bit on the hot side, but ugh. Stay cool, everyone. Stay cool. Maybe a great time to sit inside with air conditioning and play some DDO. Can you play this in Southeast Asia? Kurt over on Facebook asks. Yes, you should be able to. You should be able to. So I have air conditioning, just not when I'm streaming here, because it's like into the microphone if I do. So there you go. Otherwise, so yeah, I mean, we're really, like I said, we're mostly just going to be kind of hanging out and doing a little bit of news here today. I was actually going to prepare ahead of time. I was going to get a cleric hireling. Oh, someone wants to join with me? Yeah, all right. What are you? You are... All right. All right. Well, let me get a quick cleric hireling here. So I've got something. How about let's see, am I 8? I am 8, so I can get Fergus. There we go. I am not running Reaper this time on hardcore. I guess I'm just not good enough. No, I think what it is that I would just never even attempt it again. Unless I already have a life or something behind me, and that's not the case, so. I'll get to the bonuses and all that sort of thing in a little bit, although I think it might just be Crystal Cove. So let me see what I actually have here. When am I getting back into the office? That's a very good question. Discussions are underway. Planning is in the works, but I don't actually know when it's going to be. My guess is it's going to be something like probably late summer, would be my guess. That it'll be late summer when I start showing back up again in the office for the live stream. I do actually want to... I'm going to be largely, I believe, I think there's a pretty good chance that we'll be doing a hybrid sort of thing in the office here long term. Or at least short term, long term, if you know what I mean. Sort of post-COVID here. Where we're going to still be working from an office, because there are benefits to being in an office. But for a lot of what we do, we don't necessarily need that level of being in an office. So I think the current plan is something like a hybrid approach. That'll be probably kicked off something later this summer. But we'll kind of see how everything goes. And it may end up just being office. It may end up being, 3/4 time office, 1/4 time work from home. Maybe significantly more work from home than that. I guess we'll kind of have to see. But I would expect to see, let's say, maybe like by the end of the summer here, something like being back into the stream room. The qualities can be better. There's dedicated bandwidth for it in a way that it just makes it a better stream. I can stream in 1080p. You don't have to look at my kind of not very professional looking living room, I suppose you could say. Although, nowadays that's also sort of normal too, isn't it? But you know what I mean. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But probably something like August-ish, we'll see myself back in the office. And I want to maybe do a little green screen and what have you. So that's all pretty cool. Yes, I am vaccinated. I have been vaccinated for a while, actually. I don't know exactly why. All I did, so there was a time when Massachusetts just reopened. They started with their vaccination kind of sign-ups, and the system was just not. It was really, really struggling. So they, at one point here in the state of Massachusetts, they just said, all right, let's try this again. Let's just kind of hit reset on the whole shebang and give it a shot. And they brought in some kind of newer sign-up system. And I registered for it, and I ended up getting vaccinated in, was it April? Something like that? A little bit earlier than I would have expected. But it was just based on, my number coming up in the queue, as it were. So, but I've been vaccinated, yeah, since something like mid-April.
A sealed door ahead cannot mask the source of the putrescence.
No, as a matter of fact, Older Fox, I believe the rough plan is something similar to the opposite of what you were suggesting, which is that Saltmarsh is next for Update 50, and Epic Destinies will be after that. I don't know if it's actually going to be 51, though, that Epic Destinies come out. It may actually end up being between those two. There's a possibility of that. A fairly strong possibility, as a matter of fact. But we'll kind of have to see where it ends up falling into the schedule as it solidifies.
6 large crates have been pushed in front of the ventilation shafts.
But at the very least, it is not for Update 50, and Update 50 is Saltmarsh. Yeah, it might be like a 50.5. Exactly. It might actually be exactly that. We'll see. Alright, there we go. Alright, still have acid protection. Absolutely critical for this quest. Yeah. I will have more information about what's in the mini expansion with Saltmarsh here as we get closer to it. We're not quite ready to get into those details yet. Sorry. Oh, that's right. Ice resist is not a bad idea either. Can I tell you anything about the scroll seal shard system? I could probably talk a little bit about that. The intention is to largely deprecate the whole have to find a scroll seal shard bit. And instead, it'll be more of a quest-specific kind of currency that you will be able to acquire a certain amount of to get the upgraded versions of the loot. I believe that's largely the plan, and I think there may be some other kind of different opportunities there as well that maybe I don't want to commit the team to at this point. But like some other ways perhaps that some of that could be earned, acquired, whatever. But at the very least, it's largely going to be a replacement of the particularly old school and onerous kind of have to find the scroll to seal the shard, and some of them are super rare and you'll just never find the one thing, and oh my god, you've been looking for years, and you know, whatever, right? So we're going to be largely doing away with that. So. ADQ raid items part of that update? Yeah, I don't know that every item that has a scroll seal shard component's going to make it into this first pass. It wouldn't surprise me at all if a few of these didn't make it, right? But I think the intention is to get a large swath of it done in time for update 50, and then we'll debut it then. So yeah. So that's yeah, that I believe is the plan. So there may be some stragglers that don't make it, but I think the intention is to largely make it. So hey, all right, that went really easily. So the only other level 4 quest I have is, which one is it now? Do I want? Ooh, let's see, what is that? 4, 4, 16, hollowed 4, but I've got con 4. Okay, I'm just gonna go with that. Alright, so what do I got left for the 4s here? I just got proof is in the poison. Proof is in the poison. Do I want to do proof is in the poison? Do I want to do proof is in the poison? I think the answer is probably not, because I don't want to trust my own rogue skills on that. So I think I might be taking level 9 here, and then hit a level 5 quest. I can't do proof. No, really? Do not do it. I know. I have seen so many people die in proof is in the poison. It's just gonna kill me. I know me. I know me. I can't. I could if I didn't have to rely on my own rogue hireling skills. I'd be more okay with it, but sure. Alright. I'm going to take this level 9 here. Alright, Greater Domain of War. +1 Tactics DCs for 2 levels of Cleric. I'm not currently getting much advantage of that, but that's okay. Some of the other stuff I'll appreciate. I think I'm getting to the point that I might take Quicken. Now, I don't normally take Child of Faith, although it's not entirely terrible, because it is just +2 to damage. With favored weapons, which is Longsword, which I'm already getting a bunch of other bonuses for. So that's not the worst thing. Improved turning isn't necessarily the worst thing either, although this character is unlikely to hit the numbers that make me want to really focus on that. I think I'm going to probably take Quicken, just because... Actually, maybe I already did. Did I already take Quicken? I guess I did. Alright. Well, then honestly... I mean, Spell Pen's an option, but if I already have Quicken, which I must, Yeah, there we go. Alright, I am going to take Child of Faith. And I don't care if I'm the only person in the game who's ever taken that feat. I'll take that extra +2 to damage right now. Alright. So, then let's move on over to the level... I don't quite have enough points. Either I want to get a couple more points here, because I think I want to dip into something else. Level 5 here. Why don't we move on over to... Feywild. Yeah, let's do Feywild. Alright, well, let's head into the Feywild here. Nice to see you, Jammy's Jam. Yep, this is DDO, and I am actually the community manager for the game here. You happen to tune in to an official stream, even if it looks like it's just coming from my living room. Yeah. Are names from the SSS system going to be updated if we speak about stats? Right now they are somewhere between 10 Ravensgear and 15 Sharn. Yes. I believe there is going to be a certain amount of that. Absolutely. Where the things are going to be... the stats of the items are going to be updated as well. Stay tuned, ultimately. We'll have a lot more info on that as we get closer to it. But yes, it's not just an ingredients thing. I don't know that we're going to do, like, say, let's call it a full pass on all statting of all items to make them whatever, but I do believe at least some of the stats are actually going to be getting a bit of an adjustment. Alright. There we go. Ha 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 ha. Yes. Alright.
The hag gives a surprised laugh, then scuttles off.
Finally grouping with real players. I know, you know, I actually like doing that. I don't know why I don't do that more in the live stream. It obviously does make a difference. If anything else, it kind of helps because I can be carried through things while I'm talking. So the pace is a little bit faster, but, you know. It's also just, there's something to be said for, listen, I'm going live at noon, and I've got a meeting at 11:30, and, you know, and a meeting at 1:05, and, you know, I gotta just kind of do this thing and get on with my day. And I do enjoy doing it, but at the same time, you know, I am giving up basically my lunch during a work day here to do it, so... Ah, I appreciate Tom's post here in Facebook. In Proof is in the in Fresh in the Air, you always wondered, once the large crates are destroyed and fresh air begins to flow, that means that some of the troglodyte funk is flowing up and out somewhere. Imagine walking the streets, and then you get hit with this. Kind of ruins your day, huh? Have you ever been to a city called Indianapolis, Tom? I lived in Indianapolis for quite some time, and they are one of the few cities left that has essentially open-air venting of their sewage downtown. So you will have that exact experience you describe, where odors from the sewers are kind of all of a sudden hitting you in a way that will make perhaps your experience in downtown Indianapolis more interesting. Especially on hot summer days like today. It's quite the experience there. And it really has to do with the way that that municipality, among others, at the time, even, were designed to handle that kind of thing. And Indy just never updated it, so... I don't have news about older expansions in the DDO store, although I know that that is something that you would like to see and we would like to do at some point here in the future. Ooh. You don't want to out yourself, but you glamored a crown of fireflies and put it on while wearing a crown of butterflies, and they're both visible. It's cool looking, but obviously a bug. Well, I can't say that it'll never get changed if it's a bug, because it could just get changed, although I'm not sure why specifically we might want to change that. So, you know. You know. There are lots of bugs wrong with that. Yeah, I know. Bugs, huh? That's my kind of pun. Alright, what else we got? Am I on hardcore? Yeah, I'm on hardcore here. I don't know how much more hardcore I'm going to be running on the stream here. But for a little bit, we'll do some, so.
It's strange that a noble of the summer court would retain those violent,
I have no social
unpredictable
skills.
creatures as servants.
Get a few buffs up here while I'm at it. Did I have something to announce earlier? Not really. Just, well, the Epic Destiny preview on Lamania is really what I've got to announce. Red caps hit pretty hard. Feywild's gonna be a lot harder than the stuff I've gone into, obviously. It being a little bit newer content, but it'll be alright. I feel relatively confident as I die in this quest. I guess we'll see. But, there we are. It is getting hot. 2 more weeks left for hardcore stay alive? Yeah. When will be the next Q&A with Sev? That should be relatively soon. I think we're going... Well, we have it later this week on the other game side. They got their most recent update released this week. So... so that's what's up there. And so I would expect to be relatively, within a few weeks here on the DDO side as well.
Cowers at the back of this smithy, surrounded by menacing redcaps. Your instincts tell you he won't have long to live unless you intervene.
I wish Hold Person wasn't quite as expensive a skill or a spell to cast as it is. I'd enjoy having more Hold Persons in these red caps, but I don't want to waste all my spell points using it. I'm saving them basically for Searing Light still at this point, so... I don't know that I am ready to provide the full list of which Epic Destinies will be getting an update yet. We'll have that list, I guess, as for next week's preview. Because, you know, they're all being worked on, but some of them are going to get that preview because they're ready and some are not, so... I guess we'll have to just kind of see what's up. So, when we'll be getting new destinies? Well, so wait till you see the Epic Destiny preview. Kind of let me know how that what that seems like in terms of whether it's new or not. So.
This storehouse is occupied by a very energetic chest. It gapes at you with a big, toothy grin and speaks.
Approach, friends! I am Riddlelock! Come, let us talk!
What five-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
I don't think I know the answer to this. I'll just say, what 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? I have to think about that. It becomes shorter, so... Oh. Long. Oh, it's not 5 letters. Alright. That was wrong. Alright. Easy enough. Alright. Nice. Let's see. What am I actually doing here? So, short adds 2 letters and it's shorter. I know I'm an idiot. Absolute idiot for not doing that one. But there we go.
What can I do for you, Outlander? Lady Whitelily has requested that you find her a snack. A frivolous request, it seems. Yet, in the Feywild, small promises may have strange consequences.
'Tis true.
A furious flutter of wings greets your ears as you enter this shop. Some angry-looking pixies menace the slumped form of an old woman in the corner.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited should people be for the Epic Destiny Pass? I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to feel. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. We're doing a lot of work that's been needing to have been done for a pretty long time here, related to Epic Destinies, and they're going to be, I think, there's going to be a lot to look forward to. But I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna... A question which is tell me how to feel about a thing is not generally a question that is very valuable to answer. What am I even doing? I've not been paying attention to where I've been going. That's my problem. I'm also super hot. All right. Noah, I can pass along your suggestion to have us reassess allowing Necrolox Channel the Abyss to work with the ES Celestial Spirit. I would just need to pass along and have them do the analysis of what's going on there and what have you. So, I don't have much I can say about that, sorry. Right, what else what do I need to do? Over here.
A curious tree stands here by itself. A single, brilliantly red apple hangs from one of its branches.
Sorry, tree.
It does not like being hit. An enraged dryad leaps forth to protect it.
Okay. Ooh, entangled, huh? Also running a little low on spell points, am I not? Alright.
With the dryad's surrender, the apple drops from the tree like a stone.
There we go. You just sing the apple down. Alright, alright. It doesn't seem game-breaking to allow you knockdown immunity and floatiness, huh?
What can I do for you?
It sounds a little...
My part in this story is
potential for abuse, but what do I know? What do I know?
time to rest.
I'm not familiar with how those two are being used together. I apologize. Yeah. So I have no skill points on this build. I have 1 skill point per level up, and it goes to heal. And, you know, that's not much. That's essentially useless. But, you know, that's the way it goes. So. I am currently playing on the hardcore server. What do I think of the music of DDO? Am I happy with it? Yeah, I like the music in DDO. So, there we go. Alright.
As you reach for the door, a swirling torrent of snowflakes envelops you. Yet, you aren't harmed. You don't even feel cold.
Yes, the one skill point. That's all I got. Ah.
Or so it seems.
Yeah, well, we knew that wasn't true. That's how it is till Radiant Servant is fixed made cheaper. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you've all seen that, right? So you know that's coming.
Wait you in this room. One of them holds up a hand to hail you.
Strangers, I would parley before we come to blows. You may step forward in safety to speak.
You are faced with an unavoidable battle with the Eladrin. You have chosen to stay your brothers and spare their lives, even at the risk of their own.
Yep. All right. Bested. How far in advance are new races classes typically planned out? If we were to get a new class in, say, Q2 2022, would it be in planning now? Q2 of next year, so that would be, yeah, let's say sometime after March of next year. I would say if there was a kind of new class race being planned for that quarter, yeah, this would probably be about the time that serious kind of consideration would begin in terms of, okay, well, we gotta do X, Y, and Z, and it's gonna take X, Y, and Z amount of time, and we have to schedule it in for so-and-so and this, that, and the other thing. So yeah, I would say, you know, it's probably about right-ish, about right. About a year out, we would start doing that kind of, you know, it wouldn't be like full-time development necessarily, but you'd certainly be having some of the start of work, you know, getting underway. At the very least, scheduling the work so that, you know, we'd know to set aside time for it over the next, you know, couple of sprints or what have you, right? They'd be like, alright, well, for the fall, we've got to set aside a whole bunch of time to do X class. You know, that kind of thing. Weekend bonus. That's right, I have not done that yet. Let me, head on over and do that. Can we get a loot all button on the TR cache? Probably not. Sorry. I think any work that would be done to the TR cache, and we've been saying this for quite some time now, but any work done on the TR cache would be to probably more fundamentally change the way storage is handled for the reincarnation system, rather than any kind of improvement of the existing tech of the TR cache. Alright, I have got, I need to look at, called up for the bonuses. Let me do that real quick. What do we got? Oh, okay, we do have an additional bonus, in addition to Crystal Cove having its final weekend here. We have got a buddy boost, so I am going to say that's most likely going to be plus 5% XP for every member in your party or raid group other than yourself, and that'll be through Sunday the 13th as well. So we'll have a buddy boost for the bonus.
More red caps. These look like they have fresh blood on their weapons.
Red caps are actually pretty nasty. They can be tough. Oops, wrong one. There we go. I can't see your chat at the moment, so give me just a second. There we go.
Most of these Eladrin appear to be victims of the Redcaps.
Alright.
Whoever has replaced Grey Moss must be desperate now.
No. I just, yeah. Our sprints are not that long. They're regular sprints.
You have reached
That was
the
bad
top of the
terminology.
tower, where a regal Eladrin silently awaits your approach. He appears to be alone.
Yes, you fool, I'm still here. But your precious Grey Moss is dead. Trusting idiot. Who told you the Prince of Frost wanted you dead, Me? Who said these Outlander dolts were his tools? Yeah, me. But it was you who was supposed to die willingly on their blades.
I have not heard of any plans to offer additional weapon types for the Feydark tree. Anything you can tell us about Salt Marsh that's juicy?
The hag's form splits into several little images.
What can I say? I have seen... What can I say that's juicy? I can say that I have seen some really awesome... I can't even say what it is. I've seen some really awesome stuff related to Salt Marsh that you might be putting onto your character. And that is awesome. And I was like, that is one of the coolest things I've seen since... I don't even know when. Actually, I do know when, since Warduke. Personal taste. So anyway, I thought it was super sweet. Maybe you'll think it's super sweet, and you'll be seeing it here pretty darn soon. So, there we are. But I can't. That's the most I can really say.
The hag dies, screeching to the last. After a moment, the Viscount rises to his feet and blurts.
Who was that? What's going on? I demand an explanation!
Alright. Chunk of Ferro Crystal. Okie dokie. I will take that. And then we got this additional chest here. Got about 15 minutes yet as well. Well, there's my Mimic. Alright. Yeah, I got my son behind me here. He's with me for the summer. So there we go. Yeah. Lamania just next week is really what I've got about that. Any internal talk about expanding the function of guilds? We've frequently kind of had some talk and discussion about what we'd like to do there, but we have not really, to date, moved forward with any of those plans. Are we going to get a hag sentient gem? Maybe someday. I think there might be a good option where the TR cache is largely removed. And I know that some people are not going to like that news, because it means that you're actually going to have to you can't use it as long-term storage anymore, which is obviously what it was never intended to be, right? It was meant to exist only for the purposes of logging out and logging in, and then taking all the stuff from it, so that you could continue your journey with your next life. And since that's clearly how everyone uses it, still, it's the reality of it, right? That is what the system was designed for. And that is how it is functionally set to work. The fact that it's used as long-term storage has pretty much always been a problem, so... I think we'll see. We'll see what we end up doing there. There would obviously not be a removal of the TR cache without also some kind of solution to the so-called storage concern. And I think we'd have to figure out how best to do that. So.
The party here is in full swing, and Cascading Springs Cottage is clearly the worse for wear for it. A harried housemaid waits on the raucous satyrs. The maid tells you why the satyrs refuse to leave. Lord Arden promised them that they could stay at Cascading Springs Cottage until their revels were over. The satyrs have...
I tend to actually not keep the hugest TR cache either, but I know that that's, you know, not typical behavior, so... Good kitties. Good kitties. I have to admit, my son doesn't really play the games that his dad works for. He's into his own games. I guess it just has to go with growing up in a house with a person who works in video games, right? What, you mean everyone's house doesn't have, like, 3 game consoles plugged in at one time? On average?
It's surprising to find a large,
Maybe
well-stocked
higher.
library in a house given
Okay,
a
it might be 6. I'm just saying. Alright.
Sitting in the middle of it.
I'm just the worst.
The librarian tells you that you could end the party if you could somehow make it so that Cascading Springs Cottage was no longer Cascading Springs Cottage. Then Lord Arden's deal with the satyrs would no longer apply. The librarian fixes you with a steely gaze, then issues a stern warning not to mishandle the library's fixtures. The librarian fixes you with a steely gaze, then issues a stern warning not to mishandle the library's fixtures.
Let's see, what else do I got? Will Salt Marsh's much lauded armor appearances and such be available for its Lamania, or will it be another Feywild situation where placeholder appearances are plugged in? I have no idea. That's going to depend entirely on the state of the appearances by the time we do Lamania and the interest to show them off in a preview environment versus perhaps other opportunities to showcase how they look. So, maybe. Chance they'll be seen, and chance that you'll have to wait for the kind of marketing to do its thing. I guess we'll see. I'll go back and take the sign now? Yeah. Yep. I will. Come here. Sorry, I forgot about that. Now, I can't really say what he does play because I don't, you know, I can't really talk about other games on the stream, so, sorry. Oh, now I must put the sign, okay.
The librarian fixes you with a steely gaze, then issues a stern warning not to mishandle the library's fixtures.
Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. Who do you find out who the voice actors are? We often will say that. I don't actually know who the voice actor for this specific dungeon is, however. This one is not... The name was not immediately familiar to me. A lot of them are... we use Cindy Robinson pretty regularly for a lot of female voices. And like I say, I don't actually know who this person is. I'll have to ask.
Your attempt to sway the partygoers fails. They rush to attack.
So I'm trying to stay away from that troll because I don't want to get smacked down by the troll if I can help it. But Fergus can handle it. Alright. How will I do another voice sentient gem? I'm gonna say odds of me doing another sentient gem probably very slim. I don't know that there's actually a lot of interest in that kind of thing happening, but, you know, it was fun. It was awesome. I love doing it. But I think the circumstances of its creation were somewhat unique. It was kind of an opportunity to sort of do it in a way that I don't think we would normally go that route. It was super neat, and I'm really glad to have been able to, been afforded the opportunity. But no, I think we'd probably utilize professional voice actors for future sentient gems. Oh, I know. It's usually not about money, in terms of that. I mean, the number of people who totally just do it for free is pretty high. But for sentient gem work, we have, traditionally, with the one exception, hired professional voice actors for our audio work.
This large key is labeled Spring House. It seems someone was trying to hide it.
Repeat everything you missed from the beginning. Honestly, you haven't missed much. This is a pretty casual stream here today. We've got Lamania set for next week. We'll be doing an Epic Destiny preview here, you know, in the near future. We've got some pretty exciting stuff there to talk about.
As you enter the courtyard.
Hello there. Welcome to our revels. There's food in the kitchen and drink, well, everywhere. Even the floor ices. Make yourself at home, and don't forget to pour one out for our dear host, to Lord Arden. May his slumbers be peaceful.
Oh, let's take that bleed damage. I'll be okay. Alright. I did the Sentient Gem of the Timid, and that happened... It was actually created as a placeholder, like during the development of the sentient weapon system. Just while it was being in development, they were like, well, let's get someone to voice a sentient gem, and then we can mess around with it in development. And then, just for whatever reason, I'm not exactly sure how it showed up, but all of a sudden it just showed up one day, and oh my gosh, maybe how about I not do this? Do not die on the hardcore on the stream. Okay, there. Oh my god. What happened? What happened, Fergus? Alright. That was a thing.
A note next to the sack of seeds reads, Slakeweed. Keep away from sunlight and damp soil. You drop a few of the magic seeds on the ground. Huge weeds burst from the earth, and the thirsty plants quickly drain the moisture from the surrounding soil.
What is the best way to get a dev to participate in a live stream chat Q&A video? Are they arranged privately with the dev participating? Typically what we've seen so far will be opportunities that present themselves either because, like, say, the dev is watching a stream regularly, they check in, they get asked. Sometimes it's official. If you're with a press outlet or something, you'll go through me. There's a bunch of different ways it can happen. Typically, though, we can't require the developers to... it's generally because they want to, is a short answer, I guess, on that. So, it depends. However, there is an opportunity if you have, let's say, a large enough stream, you've got some people watching, and it's worth everyone's time to get down, sit down, and chat, that can definitely happen. And the way that would happen is you would get in touch with me through either Twitter, Twitch, the forums, what have you, and we'd arrange it. We'll check the schedule, we'll get kind of like a list of what it is you're talking about and what the expectation of the recording is going to be. And then we'll either, record it or do it live. We'll coordinate schedules and what have you. So there is opportunity. There is definitely opportunity. It's just a matter of kind of all the cards falling into a line.
The gardener says he left some magic seeds inside the conservatory. Seeds that instantly grow into giant, sprawling weeds.
The hireling has a second life. I know. It's unfair. There should be one hireling per server. And when that hireling dies, it never can be re-brought out by any of the other players of the server. Now that's fair. No, okay. Actually, I am out of time here, so I may kind of just wrap up the show here and finish this later. I have a meeting I need to get to. I got things I gotta do. Unfortunately, I don't have much free time nowadays. It's very slim.
The cook tells you that Lord Arden hid the key to the spring house. That way the satyrs wouldn't find his flash boom powder. She has no idea where the key is now. You attempt to take the sign, but are spotted by the attentive satyrs before you can pry it loose.
What are you up to then?
Surely you aren't letting your light...
Alright, you know, it is 1 o'clock, and I actually do have a thing I need to do. So I think I'm going to wrap this up there, and call it a show. And we'll just kind of run this privately and take care of it when time permits. I will just sort of keep the clan going, so we'll do that. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you next week. Hopefully we'll have some cool news from Lemania. We'll be showing off some epic Destiny stuff, and then in the relatively near future after that, we will have our first Saltmarsh preview, and we'll be doing some cool things with that as well. So, have fun, everyone, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.